Hi Nana. Uh, in this video, we will learn about the metallurgy related to zinc. Okay, zinc metal, its ores, the properties of zinc metal, and the uses of zinc metal. So, first of all, we will see the occurrence of zinc. See how zinc is occurred in the nature. So, if you see about the zinc, zinc do not occur in free state because it is a fairly active metal. It is highly reactive metal. Fairly active metal. As it is fairly active metal, it always want to combine with other atoms or else other elements, and hence it does not occur in the free state. So that is why zinc occurs in combined state. So in combined state, it may occur in the form of oxide or sulfide or carbonate or nitrate or else sulfate, etc. etc. So let us see a few ores of zinc. There are so many compounds that zinc can form in its combined state. Out of so many compounds, these compounds are very important compounds from which the zinc metal can be obtained profitably. Hence, these compounds of zinc are said to be ores of zinc. Okay, so zinc oxide, it is called as zincite. Zinc sulfide, it is called as zinc blend. Zinc carbonate, it is called as calamine. Okay, now there is a term known as granulated zinc. What is granulated zinc? Suppose if if a zinc metal it is melted, so now it is molten zinc. So this is molten zinc. Okay. So when this molten zinc it is poured into when it is poured into cool water. Okay. What is this one? This is cool water. So when molten zinc it is poured into cool water, what happens? This one, this molten zinc will solidify. This molten zinc will solidify in this water and it will break down into uneven pieces. Okay, it will break down into uneven pieces. Uneven pieces. These uneven pieces of zinc, these uneven pieces of zinc, which are formed in the cold water. So these uneven pieces are said to be granulated zinc. Granulated zinc. Okay. See, this granulated zinc, it is having a little amount of copper as impurity. Okay, right. So how granulated zinc is prepared? When molten zinc, it is poured into very cool water. Okay, when it is poured into cold water, what happens? So this molten zinc will solidify and breaks down into uneven pieces. Okay, uneven pieces. These uneven pieces of zinc, okay, they are called as, it is called as granulated zinc. Okay, now we will learn the properties of zinc. If you learn the property, if you see the properties of zinc, so generally not only zinc, in any substance, it exhibits two types of properties. What are they? Physical properties and chemical properties. Any substance show two types of properties: physical properties and chemical properties. Okay, physical properties and chemical properties. What are physical properties? Physical properties are the contains the nature of the material, the color of the material, melting point, boiling point, density, okay, its solubility, etc., etc., okay, its conductivity, etc. So if you see the color of the zinc metal, color. So actually, if you see the freshly cut surface of the zinc, it is grayish white in color. Okay, freshly cut surface, the color of freshly cut surface of zinc is grayish white. Okay. Suppose if it is in moist air, so in the moist air, the color of the zinc is bluish gray. Okay, bluish gray color. That means in the moist air, what happens? It will tarnish the surface of the zinc metal, tarnishes. Okay, what is the meaning of tarnish? Tarnish means becoming dull. Okay, dull color. If it becomes dull color, then it is said to be tarnished. So as it become dull color, because it is getting a bluish green gray color, so bluish gray color, it is somewhat dull color. Okay, freshly cut surface, it is grayish white. White means generally it will be brighter. So but in moist air, the cut surface will get a tarnish. Okay, that means dull color. So what is the color developed on the zinc surface when it is in moist air? It is bluish gray color. Okay. Now if you see the nature, the second physical property is nature. See, nature, if you discuss at room temperature, zinc metal is hard crystalline solid. Okay, at room temperature, zinc metal is hard crystalline solid. Okay, but brittle. Okay, but brittle. Okay, hard crystalline solid and brittle, or else simply and brittle. Okay, and brittle. What is the meaning of brittle? Brittleness. Brittleness means if any material is there, suppose if it is brittle material, so if you if you press this material, if you apply some force on this material, what happens? It will break down into pieces. If any material break down into pieces upon applying some force on it, so that material is said to be brittle in nature. So zinc metal is also brittle in nature. That means if you press or else if you apply some force on that zinc metal, what happens? That zinc metal will break down into pieces, small pieces. Such nature is said to be brittle. Okay. So at room temperature, zinc is brittle in nature. But the same zinc at the temperature between 120 degrees centigrade to 200 degrees centigrade, between this temperature, what happens? So that means here, actually at room temperature, zinc, if you apply some force, as it is brittle, it break down into pieces. That means at room temperature we cannot make zinc, zinc into thin sheets, or else we cannot make zinc wires. That means zinc is non malleable and non ductile at room temperature because of its brittleness. Brittleness means if you apply some force, it will break down into pieces. See, in order to make thin sheets of zinc, we have to beat the zinc. We have to beat, unless until zinc metal is beaten, it cannot be made into thin sheet. But at room temperature, if you beat that zinc metal as it is brittle, so it breaks down. But at this temperature, at the temperature between 120 degrees centigrade to 200 degrees centigrade, what happened? The zinc metal can be beaten and zinc metal can be made into very thin sheets of zinc. Okay, that means at this temperature, so zinc is malleable and even ductile. Malleable and ductile. Okay, so zinc is malleable and ductile. That means zinc, if you want to make sheets of zinc, we have to heat zinc between this temperature. Okay, so beyond 120, that means below 120 degrees centigrade, zinc is brittle, and even after after 200 degrees centigrade also, zinc is brittle. So only between these temperatures, between the range of this temperature, only between the range of this temperature, the zinc metal can be malleable and it can be ductile. That means we can prepare sheets of zinc only upon heating zinc metal to this temperature, between this temperature. And beyond, that means beyond 200 degrees centigrade, again zinc will become brittle. Beyond 200 degrees centigrade, it again becomes what? Becomes brittle. So that means this is the nature of the zinc metal. So it is behaving differently. Okay, no other metals will show such a nature. Okay, so zinc shows some peculiar nature like this. Right. If you speak about the melting point of zinc, it is 420 degrees centigrade. That means, actually speaking exactly, if you want to write exactly, it is 419 degrees centigrade. So this is the exact value. So remember it as 420, but exact value is 490. The melting point of zinc is 419 degrees centigrade. Okay, the boiling point of zinc, it is 907 degrees centigrade. Okay, so zinc will boil at this temperature, right? And if you speak about the density of zinc is 7.2 gram per centimeter cube. Density of aluminum is 2.7, but density of zinc is 7.2. Okay, so density of zinc is 7.2 grams per cc, whereas density of aluminum is 2.7 grams per cc. Okay, so if you see the conductivity, even conductivity also physical property only. If you see the conductivity, so zinc metal is a good conductor of electricity. It is a good conductor of heat and electricity also. So good conductor, zinc metal is good conductor. It is a good conductor of both heat and electricity. Both heat and electricity. Okay, so zinc metal is a good conductor of both heat and electricity. So like this, these are some of the physical properties of zinc. We can discuss so many other physical properties also, but for time being, just these are the physical properties we'll discuss. Now we will discuss about the chemical properties of the zinc. Okay. See, if you speak about the chemical properties, so chemical properties generally these are nothing but the chemical reactions of the zinc. So how zinc reacts with air, how zinc reacts with water, how zinc reacts with acids, mineral acids, how zinc reacts with caustic alkalis. Okay, how zinc reacts with the non-metals, how zinc acts as reducing agent, or else how it shows the displacement reactions, Okay, so like this, all these such chemical reactions of zinc shown by zinc are said to be chemical properties. So we will learn about the chemical properties of the zinc one by one. So with the air, see, actually action with air, action. So if we speak about the chemical reaction or else chemical properties of the zinc metal with the air, so we can learn like this. So the zinc metal, its action with the air will be like this. So with dry air, zinc does not react with dry air. With dry air, no reaction. Zinc does not react with dry air. With moist air, see, zinc with moist air, what happens? Zinc metal, zinc it tarnishes. Why zinc? What is the meaning of tarnishes? The surface of the zinc will become dull color. Okay, because zinc will reacts. Zinc reacts with atmospheric oxygen to form zinc oxide. Okay, so this zinc oxide, so it forms, that means the surface of the zinc metal, in the presence of moist air, it reacts with oxygen to form zinc oxide, and this zinc oxide, it forms a thin layer, okay, and sticks to the zinc metal surface. Okay, zinc metal surface. Okay, firmly. That means, so this zinc oxide layer, it forms a thin layer of zinc oxide. Okay, it sticks to the zinc metal. Okay, zinc metal surface sticks to the zinc metal surface firmly. What is the meaning of firmly? Tightly. Okay. Thus, what happens? So here, suppose if this is a zinc metal, so this zinc metal actually, suppose this is the air and it is having oxygen in it. So the zinc metal will react with oxygen initially and forms an oxide layer on it. So now this zinc metal, so slowly it is covered by oxide layer. the surface of the zinc metal slowly it is covered by oxide layer. So after some time what happens, the zinc is completely covered with zinc oxide. Then what happens, the zinc does not will come into contact with oxygen. So that means the contact of zinc with oxygen is stopped. The contact of zinc metal with oxygen okay is stopped. So when the contact is stopped, what happens, the zinc will not further oxidized. So that means this reaction will take only for some time, and after which the reaction is stopped. Okay, that means reaction with air, in the presence of moist air, zinc, the surface of the zinc will form zinc oxide on it, and this zinc oxide, it prevents the reaction of the further reaction of the zinc metal with oxygen. Okay, so that is the thing. Next, if you speak about the zinc, when it is strongly heated in air, what happens? When strongly heated in air, it catches fire. So zinc will catch fire. So here zinc does not catching fire. So when it is heated strongly at 500 degrees centigrade, so with air at 500 degrees centigrade, so what happens, zinc will catch fire, okay, and burns with a bluish white flame. So this zinc will burn with a bluish white flame. Bluish white flame. The zinc will burn with a bluish white flame. When zinc metal is heated strongly in air means generally air in air oxygen will be there. So zinc will react with oxygen at, when it is heated to 500 degrees centigrade. That means when it is strongly heated. Okay, so what happens? It catches this zinc will catches fire. Okay, and it burns with a bluish white flame. It burns with a bluish white flame to form what? To form finally zinc oxide. So here even in the moist air also it forms a zinc oxide, but in this reaction zinc does not burn. So here simply oxidation is taking place. Here zinc is burnt and oxidation is also taking place. Okay, and it is I mean it is burning with a bluish white flame. Okay, so like this action of the zinc with air so can be learned in this way. Okay, right. Now we learn about the action of the zinc with water. See, zinc does not react with pure water. So zinc metal does not react with pure water. With pure water, there is no reaction with zinc. Okay. With pure water, no reaction. No reaction. But with steam. So when water is taken in the form of steam and zinc is heated. When zinc is heated, when zinc is heated and steam is passed over the heated zinc, what happens? So this zinc will undergo reaction and it liberates hydrogen gas. Zinc plus steam, water in the form of steam. So this zinc is hot, red hot, or else very I mean the zinc, it should be heated. Okay, it should be heated to very high temperature, and what happens at that temperature, zinc will take oxygen and form zinc oxide and liberates the hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas is liberated. So this reaction is slow reaction, slow. So slowly zinc, the hot zinc will react with the steam. When steam is passed over the hot zinc, slowly zinc will react with the steam, and it liberates hydrogen gas, and finally zinc oxide is left over. Okay, in this way the reaction of zinc metal with water can be discussed. Now with mineral acids. Okay, zinc metal, it's a reaction with the mineral acids. With the mineral acids. See, generally what mineral acids we will take? We will take a HCl, we will take a H2SO4, because these are the common mineral acids. Okay, generally we will come across most of the chemical reactions, okay, with HCl, H2SO4 or HNO3. And even if you speak HCl, if you discuss about HCl, so dilute HCl and concentrated HCl. Concentrated HCl. See, zinc metal, when react with a dilute HCl, what happens? Dilute HCl plus zinc, so reaction takes place to form zinc chloride, and liberation of hydrogen gas takes place. Hydrogen gas is liberated. Okay, and even sulfuric acid also. So here dilute sulfuric acid and concentrated sulfuric acid, and even nitric acid also. Dilute nitric acid and concentrated nitric acid. See, with the dilute acid, dilute HCl, it liberates hydrogen gas and zinc chloride is formed. And even with the dilute H2SO4 also, when reacted with zinc, it forms a zinc sulfate salt, and in this case also hydrogen gas is liberated. But with the dilute HNO3, what happens? As HNO3 is oxidizing agent, remember HNO3 is oxidizing agent. As it is oxidizing agent, as HNO3 is oxidizing agent, what happens? So here when HNO3 is reacted with zinc, so here what happens? Initially hydrogen gas is liberated, but this hydrogen gas, it is oxidized to water. Hydrogen gas is oxidized to water, and what happens here? Along with this, zinc nitrate is formed. Zinc nitrate is formed. Okay, water is formed, and also here the most important thing is it produces nitric oxide gas. So with HCl, with dilute HCl or else with dilute sulfuric acid, the gas liberated is hydrogen gas. So in both the cases, hydrogen gas is liberated. But with dilute HNO3, so hydrogen gas is not liberated. Instead of hydrogen gas, NO2 gas is liberated. Nitric oxide gas is liberated. Okay, nitric oxide gas is liberated. So if we balance this one, so 3, this is 8, okay, dilute, actually it is dilute, 8 moles of dilute nitric acid, so it forms 3 moles of zinc nitrate, okay, 4 moles of water and 2 moles of nitric oxide is formed. So like this, the reaction with the dilute acids can be discussed. Now, if you speak about concentrated HCl, the reaction of zinc metal with concentrated HCl. See, in this case, we have to boil. So that means the mixture of concentrated HCl and zinc, it should be boiled. Okay, unless until it is boiled, the reaction between zinc and concentrated HCl does not take place. So here, zinc and concentrated HCl, this mixture should be boiled. Then only what happens? The same products are formed. Zinc chloride and hydrogen gas is liberated. Okay, but here we have to boil. In this case, no need of boiling. Simply if you mix zinc metal with dilute HCl, the reaction takes place spontaneously and zinc chloride and hydrogen gas are formed. But if you take a concentrated HCl, then we have to heat the mixture of zinc and concentrated HCl, then only reaction takes place and forms the same products. Here also the same products are formed. But in case of sulfuric acid, the scene is different. See, actually with sulfuric acid, even with sulfuric acid also we have to boil it. So here with dilute sulfuric acid zinc, no need of boiling. Simply if you add zinc metal to dilute sulfuric acid, the reaction takes place and hydrogen gas is liberated. But if you take a concentrated sulfuric acid, then we have to heat or else we have to boil the mixture of zinc and concentrated sulfuric acid. Then only the reaction takes place. And what happens? So here zinc sulfate is formed. Okay, remember. So zinc sulfate is formed. Along with the zinc sulfate, the other products are water is formed. So here hydrogen gas is liberated. With dilute sulfuric acid, hydrogen gas is liberated. But with concentrated sulfuric acid, so instead of hydrogen, so that hydrogen is oxidized to water, and so along with this, sulfur dioxide gas is liberated. So which gas is liberated when concentrated sulfuric acid is used, or else when concentrated sulfuric acid reacted with zinc, the gas liberated is sulfur dioxide gas, SO2 gas. Whereas with the dilute H2SO4, the same zinc will liberate hydrogen gas. Okay, right. Now with the concentrated HNO3, how the reaction of zinc will takes place with concentrated HNO3. See here also, actually here with concentrated HNO3, no need of boiling. With concentrated HCl, it requires boiling. With concentrated sulfuric acid, it requires boiling. But with the zinc metal, it reacts with concentrated nitric acid even without boiling. So no need of boiling. So the reaction I will write here. I will write the reaction here. Zinc metal and nitric acid. So which type of nitric acid? It is concentrated nitric acid. So in this case what happens? Instead of if it is dilute nitric acid, it liberates nitric oxide. But if it is concentrated nitric acid, it forms along with zinc nitrate. Okay, along with zinc nitrate and water. So here also water is formed. Along zinc nitrate and water, here the gas formed is reddish brown colored NO2 gas, nitrogen dioxide gas, which is reddish brown colored gas. Okay, so if you balance the reaction, okay, so you will get the balanced equation like this. So here in this case, when concentrated nitric acid is reacted with a zinc metal, no need of heating. Remember, no need of heating. Here also no need of heating. With nitric acid, no need of heating. Zinc reacts with nitric acid without heating. But in case of sulfuric acid or else HCl, only with concentrated acids we have to boil. With dilute acids, no need of boiling or else no need of heating. Okay, so remember, with dilute HCl or else with concentrated HCl also, even in both the cases, the products formed are zinc chloride and hydrogen gas. So in this case, hydrogen gas is liberated. But in case of sulfuric acid, the products formed are different when the concentration of the acids is different. If it is dilute acid, hydrogen gas is liberated. If it is dilute sulfuric acid, hydrogen gas is liberated. But if it is concentrated sulfuric acid, sulfur dioxide gas is liberated instead of hydrogen gas. Okay, right. Now, if you speak about a reaction of zinc with nitric acid, so no need of heating. No need of heating the mixture of zinc and nitric acid. But here the difference is, if you use dilute nitric acid, the product formed is nitric oxide, NO gas, NO nitric oxide gas. If you heat, if you make the zinc to react with the concentrated nitric acid, the product formed is reddish brown colored nitrogen dioxide. Okay, in this way we can discuss about the the reaction of the zinc with the mineral acids. Okay, right. So we will discuss about the reaction with the other chemical properties in the next video.